you want to improve your accent, if you want to improve your listening comprehension, then these are the videos for you. They're very unique. You will not find other exercises like this on the internet. We are practicing with real life people who are trying to improve their listening comprehension and their accent through pronunciation, accentuation, and intonation. And if you want to do that, you can come along with us right now and you can watch these videos and practice with us. And if you would like to participate, just click on the link in the description to the Discord group. The first two people who volunteer once the video starts are the two people who get to practice with us on that day. And if you find these videos helpful, remember to press the like button and also subscribe. I need your help to grow my channel. It's a very unique channel. Well, now let's get started and let's improve our English accents and our listening comprehension. Here's our domestic scene. Okay, there's an... And ChatGPT has given us the first line. Let me find it right now. Alex, can you describe the picture? Tell me what's happening in the picture before we start the story. How would you describe this picture? What things do you see?
I see like a sitting room with a fireplace, armchair, and light. I see a big window and curtains. I see like a sofa. There's a book and I think a table. There is a cushion in the armchair. Some picture on the wall.
Okay.
I can see candles or lights in the fireplace, on the top of the fireplace. Yeah, I think it's a daytime, it's not a nighttime because the sun is shine outside.
Yeah. What do you think about the room? Does that look comfortable or uncomfortable to you?
It's a comfortable room, yeah.
It's a
A
comfortable room.
warm house here. Mhm.
How what word could you use that means comfortable but also warm? Like you could.
Cozy.
That's right, cozy, cozy. Okay.
Mhm.
Can,
I was thinking of that.
yeah, just okay. Let's see. Can you? So we've seen the picture a little bit. Now, Alex, can you read the first sentence?
I Not yet. It's
Not
not on the screen yet.
see.
Yeah, it's
Is
not
it?
on the screen.
Maybe I'll make the letters a little bit bigger too.
Yes, the quiet the quiet hum of fireplace filled uh filled the room. Yeah, the quiet hum of fireplace
Hmm.
filled the room filled the room as the cat purred softly and the world outside seems to pause for a moment of perfect stillness.
Oh my gosh, what a sentence. Okay. The no, but before we start with this,
Mm.
did you understand all of the words?
It
Or
doesn't make sense. I understand the word, but it doesn't make sense in the sentence that.
okay, all right. We'll talk about the meaning of the words in a moment. But before we do, I want to talk about pronunciation. Do you see the two words that I've written here?
Yeah, quite.
Oh, we better put a number 3 here.
Quite and yeah.
Oh, wait.
Both of them are quite.
Don't read down the list. Say number 1. Tell me number 1.
Quite.
Say number 2.
Quite.
Say number 3.
Quit.
Okay. David, can you say number 1?
Quiet.
That's number 1 you're saying?
Yes.
Okay,
Quiet.
can you say number 2?
The number two is the same with a T in the final. Quiet.
What is number 1? How do you say number 1?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
Quit, 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 quiet.
Okay, we'll talk about it. What, but we were just when we were talking about the word pronunciation. This is the same problem, and it's a really big problem. And if you can master this, if you can understand what I'm about to explain to you, it will really, really help you a lot. It helps everybody if they just get this one concept. It's one thing that can really, really help you. Alex, how
Mm,
many syllables does number one have?
Quiet, quiet. So quiet, one syllable.
Number one has how many syllables?
Just one syllable.
Okay,
Quiet.
but the way you're saying it, I'm hearing two syllables. How many
It's
syllables?
because you and I give you like it's not a single vowel, it's a double vowel if you get me.
Okay, that you're right.
Why?
Right, you're right about that. It is. It's two sounds. It's one syllable, but it's two sounds. How many syllables
Mm-hmm.
does number two have?
It has to be like quiet, quiet. It has to be one. I think one is one, but
What?
it's more than one vowel. But uh, they call it. I can't remember what they call it. You could have more than one vowel in
Diphthong? Are you talking about a diphthong?
diphthong.
I don't know. Well, I don't know. I don't know if that's what you mean. I'm just asking you if that's what you're thinking about. How many syllables does number
Okay.
three have?
Number three,
Mm-hmm.
one, one.
One syllable. Okay. Okay.
It's a very it's a very confusing. I have never looked at it like this before.
Okay. That's okay. So, uh, now you're right about number one. Okay, it's two sounds. It's one vowel sound. Well, it's one vowel.
Mm-hmm.
It's one syllable, but that syllable has two vowel sounds in it. What are the two? What are the
Mm-hmm.
two sounds? Quiet, quiet.
Why, why?
Which
Yeah.
two sounds do you hear?
Quiet. Ah, yeah.
What? No,
Oh, yeah.
don't do that. Don't do that. Just listen to quiet, quiet. Which two sounds do you hear?
Quiet. Quiet.
Try to do like me. Quiet, quite, quite,
Quiet. Quiet.
quiet, quiet,
Quiet. Quiet.
quite.
Quiet.
But just tell me, which sounds do you hear?
Quiet. Quiet.
So it's a e, right? Do you agree? It's a e.
Ah, yeah.
Okay, but it's one. This is one vowel sound. This is I, I. That's one
Mm-hmm.
vowel sound in English. And when you have combinations like this, the first sound is big. This is why big, small vowel sounds is very important to understand. The first sound is big, but the second sound is very small. I, I. So it's one syllable.
I.
It's one sound. It just has a little I at the end.
I.
I, I,
Okay. I.
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 Quite.
Quiet.
Yes, that was perfect. Can you try that, David? Quite.
Quite,
Quite. Okay.
quite.
Let's see. Helen is saying she's watching on Rumble. Thanks for watching on Rumble, Helen. Yes, of course you can participate whenever you want. For example, this video has three parts, and each time we start a part, I take two volunteers. The first two people who volunteer once the video starts are the people that we use. That was very good, David. Quite, quite. It's I. I. The ah is big and the e is small, and it's one syllable.
I,
I.
I,
Quite.
quite,
Say it again. Can you say it again, Alex?
Quite. Yeah.
Quite. Quite. It's one
Yeah.
syllable. It's one syllable.
Yes. Yes.
I just
Yes.
want to hear
Yes.
you say it.
Quite. Quite.
Go ahead.
Quite. Quiet. Quite. Quiet. Quit.
Well, don't do that yet. Don't do that yet. Well, let's get to it. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Go slowly.
Quite.
Just say number one. Say
Mhm.
number one again.
Quite.
Quite. Good. That's really good. David, say it again.
quite.
Okay. Now let's go to number two. Number two has two syllables. Okay. So I'm just going to write it. The first syllable is quai. Quai.
Quite. Quite.
Quai. Quai. Alex, can you
Quite.
say
Quite.
quai?
Quite. Yeah.
That's the same sound as in quite, okay? Quai.
Mm-hmm.
I. I. Like that. I.
Oh yeah.
Quai.
Quite. Yeah.
Can you say it again?
Quite. Quite.
David, can you say the first syllable?
Quite,
Quai. Quai. It's just like the I
quite,
in number one. Quai. Quai.
quite.
David, what is the second syllable?
It, quiet,
It.
it.
Okay. Now, do you remember when we were talking about the word pronunciation? I told you, well, if one syllable finishes with a vowel sound and then another syllable starts with a vowel sound, what do you have to do? What is it? It's very important that you do this. What is it?
We have to put a schwa, for example.
Well, not schwa.
Quite,
No, you repeat the final sound that you have right here. So in quai, the final sound is e. So you have to repeat the e, but in a very big way.
yes.
So the way it sounds is like this: quai ye it,
Quite,
quai
yet,
quiet.
quiet,
Quiet.
quiet.
So how do you say number one?
The number one,
Say number one
quite,
again.
quite,
Quite.
quite,
But how do you say number two?
quiet,
Yes,
quiet.
that's why that E in the middle is very, very important because you have to separate the two syllables, and you do that by repeating whatever this final vowel sound is. That's what you have to repeat. In this case, it's E. Do you
E.
understand?
Mm, eh, could you please explain me again? Quiet.
That's right. Well, when you have a syllable, when one syllable finishes with a vowel sound, and the next syllable starts with a vowel sound, that's what we've got here. Quai, that finishes with E, that's a vowel sound. And then we have the syllable et, it starts with a vowel sound. You have to put something in the middle to separate it. So it's very clear. You have one syllable quai and the other syllable et. And the thing that you put in the middle is you just repeat the final sound of the first syllable, which is E here.
Quiet.
Quiet. You just repeat the E in a very big way. Quiet.
Quiet. Quiet.
Just like you did with pronunciation.
Pronunciation.
Yeah, you have to put that E in the middle to separate C and A.
Pronunci
Pronunciation.
pronunciation.
Yeah. Quiet.
Quiet.
Do you,
Quiet.
you understand what I'm trying to explain to you? Is that pretty clear?
Yeah, yeah.
Say
I
number.
have to practice.
Yeah,
Yes.
but it happens again and again, and then I just keep reminding you, and eventually, hopefully, it becomes natural. But this is a really big problem for everybody, and I wonder if that's the question Helen was asking when she said, "How do you say pronunciation?" It's probably that. I don't know if that's it, but probably. So, David, say number one again.
Quite.
Good. Okay. And how do you say number two?
Quiet.
Okay. Alex, do you remember I've been telling you this
Yes,
many times about separating the two syllables?
yes,
And
yes,
what
yes.
this is the reason why it's important, because if you don't do it, you can't even pronounce the difference between or hear the difference between number one and number two. Do you understand?
Do ya, do
So
ya.
how will you say number one?
Quite,
Quite. So the ah is pretty big and the I is just a little I. Quite. Quite.
quite,
But how do you say number two?
quiet,
Quiet. You put that E in the
quiet,
to separate the two syllables.
quiet, yeah,
Quiet.
quiet, yeah,
Say number one again.
quiet, quite,
Say number two.
quiet,
Okay. Now let's go back to David for a minute. David, can you say number one?
Quite.
Can you say number three?
Quit.
Quit. Quit.
Quit.
Okay, and now this is why I try to get it into your head that some vowels have a long duration and some vowels have a short duration because it's really hard for people to they're different vowel sounds, number one and number three, but it's really hard for people to make that difference. But one thing that you could always get right is that one of these vowel sounds has a very long duration and one of them has a short duration. Which one has a long duration and which one has a short duration? Number one, quite. Number two, number three, quit. Which one has a long duration and which one has a short duration?
I think 1 and 2 have a long duration,
You're
and
right.
quit is the short.
And number three is short. So say number one and think about the fact that it should be pretty long compared to number three, which should be pretty short.
Yes.
Say number one.
Quite.
Say number two, number three.
Quit.
Quit. You hear the difference? Quite. Quit.
Quite and quit.
Yeah, number three has a very short duration. Alex, can you say number one?
just before I say that, I remember something,
Mm-hmm.
I want to mention it. There is a rule, they call it the silent E. If you have a one syllable word and you have E in the end of the word, the E will make the vowel sound is a long vowel sound. That's why we have quiet, quite, and quit.
You're right about
So I is pronounced as I in the first one, but I in the third one
that. Mhm.
pronounced as I because it's a short vowel.
Yeah, they're different sounds.
Yeah,
They're definitely
different sound.
sounds, but a lot of people, I don't know if it's a problem in Arabic, but for example, Spanish speakers have a really difficult time with number three, and uh, and it's really hard to get them to sometimes. I mean, David actually does it very well. He does it very clearly, but I mean, I've worked in Mexico for almost 25 years, so I know that a lot of people who speak Spanish really have a hard time with number three. But one thing that could be very clear is that the duration of number one is long and the duration of number three is very short.
That's it. E and
Yeah,
or I, yeah,
yeah. So that's one thing that's not a problem. So can you again, Alex? Can you say number one?
quite,
Quite. Say number three.
quit.
Quit. So the duration alone could help you.
Mhm.
All right. Oh wow! I think we did. We just talked about that for like 20 minutes. Okay.
That's good. That's good.
So let's get back to this. I don't remember who was reading this. Oh, it was Alex, right? It was
That, that, that was me. Yeah, that was me.
okay.
Yeah.
So let's read the first. Let's
Hope,
see, but probably
hopefully get it.
go ahead.
Hopefully get it right this time.
Okay, well, but let's read up to fireplace. Just read up to fireplace.
The quiet hum
Mm-hmm.
of the fireplace.
Quiet, quiet.
Quiet.
The
quiet,
quiet
quiet.
of the fireplace.
Mm,
Say it again.
mhm. The quiet hum of the fireplace.
Okay, but you know hum. That's a vibration sound.
Home, home, home. Mm,
That not well. It's a sound that you can do in your throat. Hum. I mean, it's really up here in your mouth,
hum,
but also down here in your throat. So let's make the
mm,
longer. Hum.
hum,
Yeah. Uh, that sounds better than hum. That may be difficult for people to understand if you say hum, but if you say hum, then everybody will understand.
hum.
The quiet hum
The quiet hum
of the fireplace.
of the fireplace. Yeah.
Okay, what are the important words in that phrase?
Quiet fireplace.
What about the word hum? Do you
That's it.
think that
Well,
could?
hum as well. Hum as well. Yeah.
What does that word mean? Hum.
Hum is home.
No, home is.
No, no.
Go ahead.
The quiet hum of fire. Hum. It's like the could be the picture or the color of the fire, the fire itself, or something like that.
The color.
The color of the fire itself, or
D- David, do you know that word?
or the no.
David, do you know hum?
The word hum.
Yeah, do you know that word hum?
I think that is the sound of the mosquito.
No,
Mm,
actually, that's buzz. That's buzz. Bzz, that's buzz. 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 But hum is a sound. It's mm, you know.
okay,
So
hum.
if you're humming,
Oh.
that's humming.
Humming. So so the fireplace make that kind of noise,
The fire.
filling the room.
Yeah, the hum of the fire. Like maybe that's not exactly a hum. It's more like I guess, but I guess that's close enough, right? Does that make sense, Alex? Uh, is that part of what you said? Oh, that doesn't make any sense. I understand the words, but this doesn't make any sense.
So now it's yeah, it
Okay.
started to make
Now,
big sense,
now,
huge sense.
now the word quiet is two syllables.
Quiet,
Which syllable has all of the sound?
why, I, quiet, quiet.
Where's the sound? Where's the emphasis? Quiet.
Oh, the first one.
The first one. Okay.
Yeah,
All right. And fireplace. Fireplace. Which word will get all of the attention?
the, the first one
The
because
first.
it's yeah, two words together,
Okay.
two nouns. Yeah,
So how will you read this phrase? If you emphasize these words and not the other words, how does it sound?
the quiet hum of the fireplace.
The quiet hum of the fireplace.
The quiet hum of the fireplace.
David, can you say that? The quiet hum of the fireplace.
The quiet hum of the fireplace.
Can you say hum of the? Hum of the.
The quiet hum of the fireplace.
Quiet.
Place.
Quiet hum of the.
Oh, quiet hum of the
Quiet hum of the fireplace.
the quiet hum of the fireplace.
Now, in the next three words, filled the room, which words are important, David?
And the verb filled and the place room.
Okay, and we're lucky because those are just one syllable words. So we don't have to think about which syllable to emphasize. So this is filled the room.
Fill the room.
The quiet hum of the fireplace filled the room.
The quiet hum of the fireplace. Fill the room.
Okay, I think we're just going to finish reading this and then we're going to stop because this has been almost 4.5 hours. I think it's time to wrap up. So we didn't really get to write the story, but we'll finish this, okay? And that will probably
It's
take
okay.
us another 20 minutes.
It's okay. It's okay.
Okay, so we'll do story writing maybe tomorrow. Okay. Um,
No problem. Yeah.
Alex, can you read up to softly?
And the cat purred softly.
Do you know that?
Purred.
Do you know that word purred?
No.
Alex,
I might come across that,
what?
but I can't remember it. So
Did you ever
I
do you have
can't.
any do you have any experience with cats?
Yes, yes.
No. Cat. No.
No, Alex, no.
No, no, I don't like cats. I
Oh, you
like
don't
dogs.
like
I'm all,
are you from Egypt? Because you mentioned you were traveling from Egypt one time. Are you from Egypt?
yes, yes,
No,
yes, yes.
I thought Egyptians loved cats.
The ancient Egyptian, but
Not
I myself,
the
no,
modern
I don't
not
like it. They're
not
malicious.
modern Egyptian.
Yeah, but
Okay.
I think the cats are malicious, but dogs are very sincere. If you get what I mean.
Oh, that's funny because I thought Muslims hated dogs and were okay with cats.
I, but by the way, I'm not a Muslim. I'm Christian.
Oh, are you? Okay.
Yeah.
That's right. So are you an Egyptian
Coptic,
Orthodox?
Coptic. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay. All right. I'm blurry again. How do I my camera I think my camera is tired. Okay, well I can't fix it. I don't know how to fix it. So David, do you have experience with cats?
Yes, I have experience with cats.
Do you know the word purr? Do you know what that means? Purr?
Yeah, yeah. Is that typical sounds that the
Hmm.
The
cats
sound of the cat.
make?
Yeah.
Oh, so have you, Alex? Have you heard that before? If a cat's happy, it makes a special sound. It goes. Have you heard that before?
Mm-hmm.
That's the sound.
Mm-mm-mm-mm.
No, you haven't heard that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Oh, you
yeah.
have. Okay, you have. So you know what that means.
Uh,
So that's
uh,
purring. That means the cat is very comfortable and happy.
oh.
Okay.
Yes, indeed, it did. Poor sounds like the air sound in Spanish.
Like the what sound? What is that sound?
The R
Oh, the R,
sound.
like the R. I thought you said air, like the air. The R. Ra. Yeah, something like that. That's purring. Ra. Bird. Okay. So Alex, which words are important in that phrase? The cat purred softly.
Bird, the bird,
Okay, but
the
remember
cat,
that
and the cat.
that
Uh,
starts with a P sound, so that's p p
Bird,
p. You got to push up.
bird, bird,
That's better.
bird. Yeah.
Okay.
And
Go ahead.
heard softly. Yeah. Heard and softly.
How about cat? Do you think we should also because it's the first time they're mentioning cat, so that's kind of important information. It's new information.
Okay. So we'll get cat heard
Mhm.
softly.
Okay,
The cat heard
and softly, which syllable has all of the sound?
softly, softly, so
Softly, softly,
softly.
softly.
So the first one, soft.
Hmm.
Yeah,
So
the first one.
how would you say that phrase?
And the cat purred softly.
Okay, but let's make cat a little bit longer. As the cat purred softly.
And the cat purred softly.
Hmm. The quiet hum of the fireplace filled the room as the cat purred softly.
The quiet hum of the fireplace filled the room, and the cat purred softly.
Okay, fill. Is that L? Is that L? Is that down in your throat? Fill.
Fill,
Fill.
yeah.
Okay, so what does that mean? What does that tell us about the I?
Uh, uh,
Fill,
no,
fill,
filled,
fill.
filled, yeah.
Yeah, because if you say filled, uh, maybe people will understand it, maybe not.
Okay,
So, but if you say
fill,
filled, then that would be very clear.
okay. To give it a long.
Yeah, make it longer because of the L. I mean, normally it would be short. Normally it would be but because of the L, which is a throat sound,
L,
you have
L.
to you have to make it longer. Try it again.
Okay. The quiet hum of the fireplace filled in the room as the cat purred softly.
Can you try that, David? As the cat purred softly.
Quiet hum of the fireplace filled the room as the cat purred softly.
Cat,
Cat,
cat purred softly.
cat purred softly.
Quiet hum of the fireplace filled the room as the cat purred softly.
The quiet hum of the fireplace filled the room as the cat purred softly.
Okay, can you read up to the word pause, David? What does it say?
After the what? Which word?
Pause. Read up to the word pause.
Pause. And the world outside seemed to pass to pause.
Okay, okay. Now, let's see.
And the world outside seemed to pause.
Say and the world. Can you just say that for a moment?
And the world,
Okay. And then let's say do the rest of it. Outside seem to pause.
and the world outside seems to pause. To pause.
Okay. What do you suppose are the important words in that phrase?
World uh, outside seemed
Okay. Let's see. World and outside and
pause.
seemed and pause. Okay. Now, these words are easy because they're all one syllable. So we know that we just have to extend the vowel sound in the middle. But what about outside? Which syllable would get all of the power?
Here's one. Outside.
Out outside. Actually, it's normally the first one, but in this case, I would make
Second
it,
one.
yeah. So that happens sometimes. That's why I'm very careful to say normally if you have two words together, it's the first one, because there are some exceptions. This is one of them. It's outside. Outside. It's the second one.
Outside.
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 Okay, so let's say the phrase, but let's keep in mind that the important sounds are very big and the unimportant sounds are very small. And the world outside seemed to pause.
And the world outside seemed to pause.
Mhm. Now, a problem with Spanish is that they don't really make a very big distinction between these two sounds. So, do you see the two letters that I put up here, David?
Uh,
To,
yes, what is the question?
well, because in Spanish they don't really make a big distinction between these two sounds. So if I say, for example,
Oh,
uh, let's try this. Let's. I'm going to put a word up here. So for example, could you say uh, number one?
sound. This the Z sound.
Well, say number one. Tell me number one.
Z,
Just say number one. How do you pronounce number one? The word.
bus.
Okay, and how do you say number two?
Buzz.
Buzz. Buzz. Do you know what the difference?
Buzz.
Do you know what the difference is?
Yeah.
What is the difference?
Yes, I bus is like an S
Okay,
and
but
the E.
but the S is something you push out. It's these two you do the same thing physically with your mouth when you say number one or number two, but the difference is you push the air out with number one. Bus. If you put your hand in front of
Bus.
your face, you can feel the air coming out. Bus.
Bus.
But if you want to say number two, you do the same thing with that you do with number one, but you eat the air. Buzz, and you push it down into your throat.
buzz,
Buzz. Buzz.
buzz.
So they're the same sound. Well, they're the same physically. They're the same sound, but with number one, you push the air out, and with number two, you eat the air, right? So what does that mean about the vowel sound?
The vowel, the U sound.
Yes, that changes that will change the sound. What does it do?
Um, buzz and buzz.
And
The
buzz.
second one is a verb. Is a verb.
Well, that doesn't matter. But the first one is short. Bus. And
Buzz,
because
buzz.
because the number two is down in your throat, it becomes very long. Buzz.
Okay, got it.
That there are all these different letters that have this similarity. One you push out, one you eat, and the ones that you eat, it makes the vowel sound in front of it longer. Buzz.
Buzz,
Bus.
buzz,
Right.
buzz.
So because a lot of Spanish speakers, they don't like trying to say the difference between those two. But if you just
No,
but you can be lazy if you want. If you just pronounce number one, the vowel sound in number one shortly, and the vowel sound in number two longer. Bus, buzz.
that's right. In Latin America, we don't make that difference. I
No.
think maybe in Spain they still make the difference.
Well, yeah, but in Spain, number two would be buff. So that's very different. But in Latin America, no, they don't there's no difference. But in that word pause, what is that? Is that in your throat or is that something you push out?
No, push out. Buzz.
No, no, no. Number pause in the sentence. Pause. You eat.
Oh, buzz. Buzz and buzz. Buzz.
Yeah, but now we're talking about outside seem to pause. We're talking about the example now.
Outside. Outside seem to pause.
Pa-
Pause.
Pause. Let me say the vowel sound very, very, very slowly. It's a dirty sound. Pause. Oh, that's like boss. It's the same sound. Oh, pause,
Oh, oh,
pause,
pause.
po, u, us, pause,
Pause.
pause,
Pause.
po,
Oh,
say po,
po.
say po, u,
Po. Po.
say po, u, us.
Po. Us.
Not you're saying pa,
Pause.
you're saying pa, u. It's not pa, u. It's po, u, po, u,
Po.
us.
Oh. Pause.
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 And the world outside seemed to pause.
And the world outside seems to pause.
Can you say that, Alex? And the world outside seemed to pause.
All outside seem to pause.
Okay. Don't forget that the p, that's something you push out. So it has to
Oh, yeah,
oh,
that's that's my problem. That's my
mhm,
problem. I have to work in this one. Pause, yeah.
pause. Okay. And
Pause.
Alex, what are the final words of that phrase? For a moment of maybe.
For a moment of perfect stillness.
All right. And what are the important words in that phrase?
For a moment perfect stillness.
Okay.
Mhm.
Oh, so we've got moment. We've got the mo.
Oh, more, yeah.
And then what is the next word that's important?
Perfect.
Okay, perfect. So
Still,
the first syllable gets all the.
uh, yeah, perfect.
And how about stillness?
Stillness. Still.
Stillness, stillness. Okay. So how will those words sound together for a moment of perfect stillness?
For a moment of perfect stillness.
Okay, that was good. Can you try that, David, for a moment of perfect stillness?
for a moment of perfect stillness.
Perfect. Perfect.
Perfect. For a moment of perfect stillness.
Yeah, you don't want to go too quickly through because that R is a throat sound. So it's perfect. It's a big sound.
Perfect.
Perfect stillness.
Perfect stillness.
Yeah, that becomes important. That's a good thing to pay attention. It seems like a small thing, but it makes a very big difference if you notice that. Okay. So
Okay.
let's all of us let's read it from the beginning. We'll start with David. I'll read it first and then you repeat after me, okay? The quiet hum of the fireplace filled the room
Quiet hum of the fireplace filled the room
as the cat purred softly
as the cat purred softly,
and the world outside seemed to pause for a moment.
and the world outside seems to pause
For a moment of perfect stillness.
for a moment of perfect stillness.
Okay, Alex, let's try it one time. The quiet hum of the fireplace filled the room
Quiet hum of the fireplace fills the room
as the cat purred softly,
as the cat purred softly,
as the world outside seemed to pause.
and the world outside seemed to pause
Pause for a moment of perfect stillness.
for a moment of perfect stillness.
Okay, we didn't get to write our story today, but boy, did we do a lot of work, didn't we?
That's more than enough.
Yeah.
That's more than enough.
Okay, well, thank you for participating tonight. I'll be back tomorrow morning to read chapter 57 of Gone with the Wind. So that's, I think, 6 a.m. Mexico City time. So
I don't,
anybody who wants to come and join, you're welcome.
I don't think I'll be able tomorrow because I have a hospital appointment, so
Okay, well, I'll
but
probably
yeah,
be doing something in the evening too,
in the
but
night,
go
and
ahead.
then in the night, okay,
Hmm.
in the evening, okay.
But thank you, everybody, for
Mhm.
participating. Thank you for your questions, and I hope to see you back here tomorrow. Okay?
And thanks for
All
everything.
right, have a good
Thank
night.
you,
Thank you,
Stay away.
teacher. Have
thank
a
you,
good night.
Bye bye.
you too, bye bye.
Bye.